Sorry.
Amen.
You don't like it? Kiss my Torah. The word of Yahweh says, you submit to your husband as unto Yahweh. Yahweh doesn't give us 10 suggestions. He gives us 10 mandamientos. End of story. That's tough, isn't it? What happens, in other words, if my husband or my wife, in this case my husband, tells me to do something, I should treat it like I have to guard the Shabbat, like I have to obey one of the 10 commandments. Yahweh says, yes. And if he's wrong and he's submitted to me, then I will correct him. If the husband is not wrong, then you are obeying Yahweh through your husband. If he is wrong, it's going to be worse for him than it is for you.
Exactly.
Much worse. Because his responsibility is great before me, and if I have to correct him, it's not going to be fun. But jealousy is, we tolerate it. Why? We are in a matriarchal pattern. We are in a matriarchal society. Mama, daddy's gone. Husband's on the road. The husband's fooling around. The husband's building a career. The husband is out there working. And the mom and the grandmom are left to raise. And we tell our daughters and our sons that it's okay to suspect, it's okay to accuse. That's a spirit that has come upon you, and it will destroy your Yitzchak. It'll plug up the wells of living water in your life. You need to renounce it. You need to forsake it. You need to take the shovel, allow the shovel of the Ruach HaKodesh to unstop those wells so that the joy of Yahweh can flow through you again. Amen. And when that spirit comes off of you, you'll trust your wife. You'll trust your husband. You'll trust his leading. You'll trust his ability to guide the family unit, and not the necessity of you trying to control things. I'm preaching good today.
Amen.
You cannot control somebody out of a spirit of jealousy. Kana. You're trying to purchase something that Yahweh has purchased, if you're a believer, through your manipulation. It is a spirit of death. There's no frankincense. There's no oil. There's nothing good about it. It's a stench in Yahweh's nostril. And a lot of time, after the accusation comes to the forefront, you find that the person who was accused is innocent. It's such a dirty, unclean spirit, it has to accuse because it can't deal with its own lack of trust in Yahweh. So it has to accuse. And it can't be trusted, and neither is it a trusting spirit. The opposite of faith. Look at Bereshit chapter 30 and verse 1. Now we're going to get into our sister-wife business. And when Rachel saw that she bore Yaakov no children, Rachel envied. What do you think the Hebrew word there is, guys? Kana. Rachel kana'd her sister-wife. Was that her sister-wife?
Yes, it was.
Was Leah her sister-wife?
Yeah.
That was her physical sister and her what? And her sister-wife. Yeah. And Rachel kana'd Leah, and Rachel said unto Yaakov, Bereshit 30 verse 1, give me children, Jacob, or else I die. Wow. Time out. Jacob? You give me children? I thought children are a blessing from Yahweh.
Amen.
I thought children came from Yahweh. Translate. I thought children came from Yahweh. I thought children are a blessing from Yahweh. She turns around, Rachel, through a spirit of what? Kana. She's envious. She makes an impossible demand of Yaakov to give her children, combining it with a threat. So a spirit of jealousy makes impossible demands with threats. It's an unreasonable spirit. It can't be reasoned with. It can't be negotiated with. A jealous spirit is usually void of reality. It accuses and threatens. You hear me? It accuses and it threatens. Listen to what she said. She said, now listen, Jake, You better give me some children or I'm out of here. Remember, jealous spirits leave. Shalom. It causes division. And notice it makes impossible demands, combining it with threats. Is that of Yahweh? Is that how Yahweh deals with us?
No.
Does he threaten us? No, he lovingly, gently works with us and corrects us in due measure, in due season. He doesn't ask us to do things that are impossible demands. If Yahweh calls you to do something, it's not an impossible demand. All things are possible with Yahweh. With man, it is impossible, Wilbur. But with Yahweh, all things are possible.
Amen.
So when Yahweh tells you to do something in your personal walk with Yeshua and in your halakha with Yeshua, it's not impossible. Stop bitching, stop kvetching, stop complaining. If it was impossible, Yahweh wouldn't ask you to do it.
Amen.
Wow. And who does make impossible demands on other people? People who are jealous. People who demand certain things that they're not capable of. It's a demanding spirit. But more than that, listen, it is a contentious spirit. It is a threatening spirit. People who walk in the spirit of jealousy have no problem threatening others. And when they threaten others, what are they in fact doing? They are manipulating others through their threats. If you don't stop, if you don't change, you may not have done anything. But because a woman is jealous, she may falsely accuse a man of doing something or pursuing something or looking for something that he's not doing and demand that he does something that he has no ability to do. And then when he doesn't do it, she accuses him further. Hello? And then to top it all off, when that jealous spirit of death comes upon him, she tells him that if he doesn't do what she requires him to do, she's leaving. And I have bad news for you. Women have it more than men. Women get a lot more problem with jealousy than men. You know why? Because it's a matriarchal system. It's not a patriarchal system. In a patriarchal system, the patriarchs do not raise their children to allow jealousy because perfect love, agape, casts out fear, casts out torment, casts out impossible demands, casts out threats. We don't love our brothers by threatening them. We love our brothers by living for them and laying down our lives for them. Can I hear a good amen? Amen. Even as Yeshua laid down his life for us. We don't live for our brothers and sisters and lay down our life for our brothers and sisters by making impossible demands and threatening them. How many of you would come to this congregation if I threatened you and I told you that I made impossible demands for you to be here 6 nights a week? And then when you didn't come, I threatened you. Would anybody show up here? No. Because that's manipulation. That's not love. That's a spirit of control, kana. The Hebrew word jealousy is the Hebrew word for purchase. You're trying to purchase men's loyalty with a different spirit, not Yeshua's spirit. It's a different spirit. If you're operating and struggling with jealousy, be it known unto you this day that you are operating under a different spirit. It's getting quiet now. It is significant, brothers and sisters, that it is this woman who is a sister wife who makes these impossible demands of Jacob. Give me children or I will die and I will leave you, etc., etc. Go with me to Mishlei 21:19. Mishlei, Proverbs. Anyone enjoying?
Amen.
21:19. We're going to do this in 2 parts because we're not going to get to everything today. Mishlei 21:19. It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and angry woman. Let's read that again. It is better to dwell, and some women, some wives say, I'm not angry. Yeah, but you're a jealous manipulator. And if you're jealous, you are trying to control and purchase your husband and make impossible demands. It is an unclean spirit. Most of jealousy is fueled by perception and not reality. And it is a spirit that cannot trust a man or Yahweh